Back here at Target Center, Chris Long courtside, along with Marissa Layton and Jenny Johnson. Ladies, let's get your final thoughts. Jenny, this is as big a game as you can have. The primetime game on Championship Saturday. Do nerves come into play?
Absolutely. I think your emotions can be the best part of the thing and get momentum going, or they can really be the thing that takes you down. Kind of what happened to Hill Murray, I think, in the 3A game.
Marissa, sorry, Jenny, go ahead.
Look for whatever team's got the momentum to take it and go with it.
Sorry about that, Jenny. Marissa, your final thoughts as we look ahead to this championship game.
I couldn't agree with Jenny more. Emotions, nerves are going to set in. You know, we saw Chris Carr, Brian Cosgriff in those semifinal games. These guys coach with a ton of emotion. Hopefully they can transfer that into these players.
Jenny, we talked about familiarity. I said it earlier today. It is so rare that you see championship teams that have played 3 games against each other. As a coach, do you change anything up, or do you kind of have to just keep doing what you've been doing because that's what you do? That's how you got here.
You know, I think each team was hoping in the beginning of the season they'd have this matchup in the championship game. I would bet money that they have things in their back pocket.
Marissa, you're very familiar with both of these teams. Tell us what kind of pace we should expect. Is this going to be a track meet? Is this going to be half-court offenses? What are we going to see in this game from your expectations?
I think we're going to see some tight player-to-player defense. I think we're going to see a lot of transition. And again, whenever Morgan Van Riper-Rose is on the court, you know there's going to be some three-pointers being shot.
We have discussed who they are. Now let's meet them. Dave Giles, the public address announcer, introducing us to the Eagles and the Royals.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Target Center and to the 36th annual Minnesota State High School Girls Basketball Tournament. This game is for the Class 4A State Championship, and it features the Section 6 champion with a record of 29-2, the Royals from Hopkins High School. And the Section 2 champion with a record of 25-4, the Eagles from Eden Prairie High School. Tonight's introductions are brought to you by Little Caesars. And now let's meet the starting lineups for this championship game. They will be introduced alternately, starting with Hopkins. At forward, a 6-foot sophomore, number 10, Nia Coffey. At forward for Eden Prairie, a 6-foot 2-inch junior, number 4, Jackie Johnson. At center for the Royals, a 6-foot 2-inch junior, number 43, Gracia Hudson. At forward for the Eagles, a 5-foot 11-inch senior, number 53, Claire Willick. At guard for Hopkins, a 5-foot 9-inch senior, number 12, Brianna Williams. At guard for Eden Prairie, a 5-foot 7-inch senior, number 3, Aubrey Davis. At guard for the Royals, a 5-foot 6-inch senior, number 14, Julia Weimer. At guard for the Eagles, a 5-foot 8-inch junior, number 33, Shane Mullaney. At guard for Hopkins, a 6-foot junior, number 33, Sydney Coffey. And at guard for Eden Prairie, a 5-foot 10-inch senior, number 34, Morgan Van Riper-Rose. The head coach of the Hopkins Royals is Brian Cosgriff. The head coach of the Eden Prairie Eagles is Chris Carr. The officials for this championship game are Crystal Flint, Jared Butson, and Charles Moore.
The starting lineups are brought to you by Little Caesars. Little Caesars Pizza has your dinner ready in an instant. Pick up a hot and ready $5 pizza for the next game.
And when you look at these starting lineups, you see the 10 young ladies who are about to hit the court. It's as talented of a group as we've seen on the Target Center throughout this entire tournament.
Not too far away, about 9 miles. Take you 14 minutes to drive over there to Cedar Lake Road on 169 to go to Hopkins High School. And about 19 miles, 24 minutes over to Valley View Road, not far, in Eden Prairie. So they're close to the Target Center. They're close to each other, about 10 minutes away in conference play. They see each other in football and baseball and track, and rarely do they get an opportunity to play each other for a state championship. And look at this. All the Eagle players going over to shake the head coach's hand. Brian Cosgrove. Jackie Johnson. Gracia Hudson on the opening tip. Let's play some basketball for a state title. What do you say?
Here we go.
Eden Prairie with the ball. Shane Mullaney. Boy, she was so impressive the other night. In that second half, just kind of took charge against Lakeville North.
Marissa Layton says she's who makes this Eden Prairie team go is Shane Mullaney.
Jackie Johnson off to Aubrey Davis, the 5'7" senior, trying to set the offense, guarded tightly by Miss Basketball candidate Brianna Williams. And Mullaney underneath loses it out of bounds. The game plan is brought to you by Wells Fargo. Together, we'll go far.
For Hopkins, it's all about their great team D. They're all over the place, man and man, and they have that great deep bench. But for Eden Prairie, they got to ride Carr's enthusiasm the way he coaches a special year for them and establish Jackie Johnson early. She's a finesse player, needs to get involved.
Nia Coffey establishes herself early on a drive right to the hoop. 2-0 Hopkins. Mullaney. Van Riper Rose. Johnson, 6'2". Out to Claire Willick. And back to Van Riper Rose. She's got a nice shot. You can bet that they're not going to let her get a lot of room. Nia Coffey all over her. And that pass is up for grabs right now. Pushed out of bounds by who? It's going to go to Hopkins. Dave Lee here with Leah B. Olson watching high school girls basketball state championship style. The Royals and the Eagles.
Chris Carr talking to his girls on the sideline saying, what are we doing here? Calm it down.
And the legendary Torrey Holt along the sidelines. We'll check in with him in just a minute. Torrey, pretty good Minnesota high school athlete, too. Shot is up, not going to go. Rebound, foul. Torrey played ball for an Eagles team here in Minnesota as well, but not this particular Eagles group. At the free throw line, Gracia Hudson, 6'2" junior. A little bit like a librarian here all of a sudden. Not that I'd know what that was like, but
tells you how nervous everyone is here about this game. And don't even go near Richard Coffey right now. He's just a bucket of nerves.
Yeah, it is funny. As a parent, you just don't have any kind of control. Shot is up, got both of them. So a quick 4-0 Hopkins lead here to start this basketball game. That's Aubrey Davis off to Shane Mullaney. The junior will bring it up in a hurry. Nice pass to Johnson in the corner, and Jackie's shot is up and in. She's a nice-looking player, plus 6'3", and that popped that one from the outside. That's the kind of mobility you like to see from a tall player.
She's had 2 double-doubles in this tournament. Her numbers are important to the Eagles.
Julie Weimer, Sydney Coffey, and now to Brianna Williams. Hudson against Willick. On the left side now, Coffey's shot is blocked, knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Eden Prairie's basketball.
Sydney Coffey is a little quicker there than Jackie Johnson, but Johnson has the length. She can block shots.
Full court pressure. Now Sydney Coffey drops off the inbound play, but they still keep pressure on the guards, bringing the ball up. This is Van Riper Rose, guarded by Coffey. And a whistle and a push. But who's it on? Coffey.
Right away, kind of letting the players know there's going to be no touching, no hand falls, no. We're going to call it a little tight here.
Aubrey Davis will toss it in. 4-2 Hopkins with the early lead. Oh, boy, that one is up for grabs, but on the way to get it is Mullaney. And Shane tracks it down. Nothing hurt. Aubrey Davis with the basketball. Weimer is guarding her. Again, another loose ball. This one will be awarded again to Eden Prairie. Today's closed captioning is brought to you by your select Heartland Chevy dealers. Log on to ChevyDealOnline.com. Eden Prairie Eagles looking for their first ever girls state basketball championship. Hopkins has had a few. Willick all alone from 10, in and out. Foul on the rebound on Hopkins.
And that explains why Aubrey Davis was hitting the floor so hard.
Ball on Julia Weimer. 4-2 Hopkins just started this game. Final championship game of the day. We'll run through all the winners here a little bit earlier or later for you. Jackie Johnson throws the ball away. Off to Hopkins. I think pretty much every game we've seen a ton, not a ton, but quite a few turnovers in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game.
I would say with the exception of the De La Salle Hill Murray game, you're absolutely correct, Dave.
Weimer brings it up. That's Brianna Williams. She's had a nice career at Hopkins. Down underneath now. Again, another high pass. And 6'2" junior Gracia Hudson waiting for it. Couldn't get to it.
So this is going to be who's going to settle in first here.
There's Chris Carr. Morgan Van Riper-Rowe. She averages 14 a game. Hasn't gotten a shot off yet. Mullaney won't go. Coffey with the board, and she'll push it up herself.
Good look by Mullaney. She comes off the screens wide open.
Weimer for three. Not going to go. Tipped out. Oh, boy. Aubrey Davis went hard after it. And timeout on the court. We'll be back with more in the championship game on 45.
Together, we can treat and prevent sports injuries unique to women. Introducing the Women's Sports Program at TRIA Orthopedic Center, a comprehensive program from treatment and prevention to training and nutrition, so you get the most out of your active life.
Mom calls us her dynamic duo. We turn off lights that aren't being used and other stuff. She says we're saving the planet, but we know we save her gobs of money too. We're saving energy by turning things off. What can you do? Find out at togetherwesave.com.
Waiting can be a pain. So now we're open until 8 p.m., even on weekends. No appointment needed. 8 to 8, 7 days a week. So if you get hurt, come to the Acute Injury Clinic at TRIA Orthopedic Center.
Welcome back to the Target Center. Shane Mullaney, who is a great talent for Eden Prairie, is on the brink of a milestone, entering the game tonight with 996 points. She has athleticism in the bloodlines. Her sister played at Colorado State University, and her father, Mark, played 12 years for the Minnesota Vikings. And Dave, you being an astute Viking supporter, may know that he was the first ever NFL player to wear the dark visor after suffering an eye injury back in 1984.
That does sound like a fact you would have in your head, Dave.
Yeah, good deep track, Tori. That was good. Great nugget. Yeah, I remember him as a Viking. A lot of us do. And now his daughter's kind of stealing the spotlight from Dad, and I'm sure it doesn't bother him at all.
Well, she certainly plays with the same toughness that he had.
Well, she had a real impressive game here in the semifinals. Now they look for her leadership here tonight against a really good Hopkins team. That's her with the basketball. Hands it off to Aubrey Davis. Aubrey's a senior, 8 points a game. Mullaney's open on the baseline. Loves that shot. That's why. Weimer. Sydney Coffey for three. Oh, nothing but a net on that one. She didn't even touch the rim at all. And Sydney has her first points. More importantly, it puts her team up by 3. So the Eagles back with a basketball.
So after the timeout, both teams come in. Offense ready to roll.
Turnover. Hopkins basketball. Claire Willick will go out. And coming into the ball game, Taylor Ewell. Taylor, great athlete for Eden Prairie. Weimer off to Sydney Coffey. This is Brianna Williams, and back over to Weimer, looking down low for Gracia Hudson. There's nothing there, so Coffey will try drive, and Back out to Brianna. They'll move it pretty quick. They really want to go low post to Hudson. There's that three again for Coffey, and that one's short. Rebound, Jackie Johnson trying to dribble out of traffic. Pretty impressive, the 6'2".
Yeah, and she's a lean 6'2", but boy, she's strong down low.
Nia Coffey, too hard.
She gets back to follow up with the rebound.
Jackie Johnson with the rebound. Or 6'3", I should say. Morgan Van Riper Rose. There they go into Johnson using the height. What a block by Nia Coffey. What an anticipation on that shot. Her sister wide open for three and not going to go. Batted around. Mulaney has it. Shane off to Van Riper. A little give and go, and then she tries to go to Johnson underneath. One too many passes, perhaps. Here comes Hopkins.
Pace of this game starting to pick up here.
That's a 3-on-3, and that's a charge.
And that should pump up Eden Prairie.
Some of the commitments of some of the players here at this level.
They've done a great job at this level, but they're headed off to college. You can see Van Riper Rose headed to Denver. Brianna Williams, North Dakota. Of course, we know Rachel Bannum will be at Minnesota. Ojulu Marquette. I mean, a lot of big-time players have come through the state tournament. Will be headed off to college to play some big-time basketball.
And Miss Basketball, of course, we'll wait to find out who that's going to be. Ball knocked out of bounds. We have all-star games this year, don't we? For high school.
Yep, I believe we do. Chris Carl in his red and black.
And I believe, won't they announce the basketball winners at, I think, about that time, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not quite sure on that. And we're talking about the winner, not the nominees. We already know who they are.
For Miss Basketball?
Yeah, yep. So Hopkins with the basketball. Boys made theirs official today, and we'll talk more about that next week, of course, right here again at the Target Center on 45. Weimer right now trying to get something going here. 7 for Hopkins, and from the outside, that one won't go. Rebound Johnson. McCalla Shackelford with that shot. There's Mulaney. Hard to the hoop.
That was pretty basketball, and it all started by the rebound of Jackie Johnson and a great outlet pass.
Shackelford, and bumped down low by Taylor Ewell. Ewell will pick up the fall.
Look at the great passing here. Jackie Johnson down court. Nice lay-in.
McCalla Shackelford inbounding the ball to Weimer, almost picked off by Van Riper Rose. Weimer hangs on to it. Julia with the basketball. Off on that right side. That is T.T. Starks, 8th grade. Inside. Gracia Hudson won't go. Nice move. Good follow on the board. She put it up and in.
Yeah, I like the battle down low between Hudson and Johnson.
Davis, 9-6. Hopkins with the lead. Eden Prairie with the ball and hard to the floor. We saw a lot of physicality in the last game, Leo. Well, here's what we're looking at next week. And that's something, boys and girls kind of match up as far as their seedings are concerned for next week. But gives you an idea of what we have coming in.
Hopkins and Eden Prairie dominating this year in sports.
Nice pass out to the baseline. Mulaney, the runner, won't go, but she does draw the foul. Or she charges, rather. It's her foul. You can see it here and watch it yourself. You're the official now.
A lot of shocked faces on the floor, as there usually is with every call.
Into the ball again. That is Ann Thole. Shackelford will hit that runner from the baseline and won't go. Good rebound, Nia Coffey.
Wow. I'll tell you what, Nia Coffey can get up on those rebounds. She really has it vertical.
Yeah. I'd be throwing a scholarship offer in front of her if I were coach somewhere as soon as I could. Her sister's going to Marist, which is in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference out east. And she's just a junior. Timeout on the court. 11-6 Hopkins with the lead. 10:40 to go in the first half.
Comparable to the Toyota. Why do so many car companies compare themselves to Toyota? Maybe it's because Toyota is the #1 choice among consumers, or because of vehicles like RAV4, named a best overall value of the year. And right now, get 1.9% APR for 60 months on a new RAV4 or Highlander, or lease RAV4 for just $219 a month for lease savings of $1,820. We're #1 for a reason. Come see for yourself. Hurry in for the best selection.
After this weekend snow, the streets are
A woman
clear.
told police she woke up to find 2 masked men in her
That
bedroom.
same pattern is still holding, but it's starting to show signs of breaking down.
We understand that you want more from your news, and we are going to be first with local news. For the most complete weather and local coverage, first, watch 45 Local News at 9.
March 21st is moving day for Seinfeld, the funniest show on television. Seinfeld.
Starting Monday on 45.
45.
Hey, tournament fans, log on now to KSTC45.com and click on Prep 45 to order this or any of your favorite championship games. Make the memories of your favorite athlete last a lifetime with your own DVD copy of the Minnesota State High School tournaments presented by Channel 45 and Grand Stadium. Eden Prairie with the basketball. Got Johnson underneath the bucket, and they see her, and she puts it up and misses it, but the follow is up and in.
And Eden Prairie Eagles right away, as we had talked about at the top, have gotten Jackie Johnson involved in this game. She's done a lot already. Some tremendous rebounding.
That's T.T. Starks, number 22 for Hopkins. She is just an 8th grader. Van Riper Rose. Haven't seen her shoot yet. There we finally do, and it will not go. And she will also pick up a charge on that. There's the eagle. Until tonight, only 2 species of eagles could be found in Minnesota, the bald and golden, and now we've got a 3rd apparently. Hard to believe those things weigh anywhere from 3 to 15 pounds, isn't it, Leah? That's what an eagle weighs.
I like those moves, though. I do like those moves.
Hopkins with the basketball. There's Nia Coffey now. Is she going to get a charge? Yep. 3. Boy, that's 3 almost in a row here. 2 on Eden Prairie, 1 on Hopkins.
Sometimes I just wonder if Chris Carr is actually going to get on the court and join in here eventually. Look at the hustle here. My Coffey goes in, but Eden Prairie, then Riper Rose sitting. And, you know, it hurts to take a charge.
Yeah. But we've seen a lot of it in this tournament. Aubrey Davis all the way to the hoop, and then she is fouled. This will be on Hopkins. 11-8. Royals with the lead. So Nia Coffey got a couple of quick ones right there on that charge, and now this one. So at the free throw line will be Aubrey Davis. Aubrey stands at the top of the key. You saw that, and then she moves up to the line. Everybody's got their own little thing. She's on our all-tournament free throw shooting list, Leah, as far as style is concerned.
That's for sure. We've seen some pretty good ones. Some one-handers and some double bends.
And the little spin, you know, the little underhanded spin to bring it back. And Aubrey Davis one more time now. Missed that first one on the way, and that one's good. Cuts the gap now to 2.
I really like what Aubrey Davis does for this Eden Prairie team. She's so quick and fast.
Boy, they get it down in a hurry. Starts his shot, no good. Follows it, but the ball went out of bounds. Well, I'd like to be an 8th grader playing for Hopkins. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, you know you're going to be something special if you're on the Hopkins team at that age.
Morgan Van Riper Rose. Davis, 5'7" senior. Van Riper Rose with the ball. She's a 5'10" senior. Davis again being guarded tightly out there by Shackelford. And now the ball picked off by Stark. She's got a one-on-one fast break, and she's going to take it right to the basket. It's good. Draws the foul.
And boy, it's the Hopkins defense that gets them going here for their offense. Look at that drive. Hopkins is pushing the ball. Starks. 5'9", 8th grader.
Not going to go Jackie Johnson, another rebound. She's already got quite a few here to start this basketball game. Mullaney back in now. Shane will bring it down and does in a hurry. Shackelford with her. Wanted to go to Johnson. Picked off by Williams, and now that's going to go out of bounds. Brianna, great effort. But it will be back to Eden Prairie. Aubrey Davis will inbound the ball. Sydney Coffey back in. Davis will inbound the ball and should be guarded by Starks. Out on top in the hands of Taylor Ewell. Back in the game, slips and managed to get rid of the ball in time. Over to Davis for three. That's up for grabs on the other side of the court. Ebony Livingston grabbed it. She had a nice game here too in the semifinals. Sydney Coffey driving to the hoop. Kicks it out, and now this one is on the way from three, and Ebony Livingston makes her presence felt instantly. 16-9 Hopkins.
Yep, and she's one of these players on Hopkins that really gets her role, comes in, gives Cosgrove some good minutes.
Ball knocked out of bounds. .8:41 to go here in this first half of play from the Target Center. The last game of the night on a 4-championship day. 3 winners have been crowned. Johnson in the middle, right to the basket, uses the glass.
Nice drop step right down the middle of the lane.
6 points for Jackie. 16-11, her team down by 5. Williams guarded tightly. Man, she is really getting pestered out there. And now a violation is called. How about Annie Thule and that good defense?
And that pumps any team up when you work that hard for defense and you get the ball back.
Annie goes out. She's getting a big hug from her coach. I'm sure Carly Knutson comes in for Eden Prairie, a 5'7" senior. So Chris Carr moving people in and out. Mullaney guarded by Coffey. A battle of 33s out there, and a nice one too. Pretty good matchup.
Look at the defense. This is really what Hopkins is known as, just 5 players, all of them playing man-to-man defense.
Ewell, a very good athlete. Nice cross-handed dribble. Look at the move to the hoop there. Just too hard. Whistle stops play. Foul is called on Eden Prairie. Taylor Ewell picks it up. Hopkins with the basketball. We are under 8 minutes to go in this basketball game. And so far, not a bad game at all. Brianna Williams, a missed basketball candidate, just kicking around until they got an open shot in the corner, and Sydney Coffey's shot will not go. Rebound hauled down by Mullaney. Look at triple team on her right now.
Someone needs to help her.
And what's the call? Foul. And the bonus is now in effect. Miss Soccer 2010, by the way. That's Taylor Ewell. She's going to go to Minnesota, but she's not playing basketball. She's playing soccer.
Isn't that amazing that you can be that good at 2 different sports, or even more probably? Who knows what else she can do?
Shane Mullaney is at the free throw line now. She has 4 points in the game. Now 2 of 3 for the team.
Straight up on the rebounds. 1.
Try it one more time. Not them both. Hopkins getting it up quickly. Look at Brianna Williams. She's got a clear path to the basket, and then Johnson comes out of nowhere and makes the block. But Hopkins hangs on to it, maintains her composure. Sydney Coffey to the hoop. Johnson blocks that shot, and then she pulls it down, but it did hit the end line. That will be Hopkins basketball. Again, our congratulations to Dave Preller on a great career out at Woodbury. 531 wins, calling it quits this year, retiring.
Look at Jackie
Woodbury.
Johnson just patrolling the paint down here, blocking anyone who comes in.
Sydney Coffey's shot is going to be no good. It goes out of bounds. And it will be Eden Prairie's basketball. Now you can see the names of the Miss Basketball finalists.
Look at this impressive list. You see Brianna Williams here from Hopkins. You've seen Rachel Bannum. Doolittle just played.
Yeah, Doolittle's team upset by De La Salle for the state championship just prior to this one. De La Salle dominated that second half, too.
That was a great game.
Mulaney, nice. Ooh. Assist. Good pass down low.
Nice job by Eden Prairie reading the defense.
Carly Knudsen with her first bucket of the night. 16:50 now to a 1-point game. Weimer guarded by Van Riper-Rose. Really spread it out all the way near the half line. Mulaney on Coffey. That's Williams. Livingston pass underneath to Gracia Hudson. Boy, they were really patient with that.
That's right. The patience and great execution. Nice passing, and it pays off.
18-15. With the basketball, the Eagles, Van Riper-Rose got a great quick release for a shot, but she hasn't had much of a chance to do it yet.
Yep, that's the right call.
Traveling on Jackie Johnson. Turnover. We'll take a timeout here. 18-15. Hopkins with the lead. There's Hudson taking you to break.
In the midst of competition or a moment of discovery, the lessons are the same. Work hard, play fair, be responsible, and always do your best. Education Minnesota's 70,000 members say good luck to our student athletes. Join us at iraisemyhand.com.
Join Menards this week in saluting our American-made products with Menards Made in the USA sale. Ultra Deck low-maintenance composite decking is made in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Natural reversible has a brushed look on one side and embossed wood grain on the other. $119 a linear foot. CertainTeed is a leading manufacturer of building materials with 70 facilities throughout the U.S., including Kansas City, Kansas. A roll of R11 craft-based insulation is only $6.88 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Get all the news and get it first on 45 Local News at 9.
The first half is brought to you by Touchstone Energy Cooperatives of Minnesota. Back on 45. Some of the stars here, a couple of Hollywood stars wanted to disguise themselves tonight so nobody knew who they were, and they've done a heck of a job. In the backcourt, Hopkins will try to slowly dissect this press. And into the game is Shannon O'Toole.
Both teams playing some pretty relentless defense. And Hopkins showing some patience, but feeling the pressure here, trapped in the corner.
Fan Cam brought to you by Larry Reed's Aero Buick GMC in Inver Grove Heights. Discover the difference the dealer makes. Some of the fans that came here tonight watch the state championship game, and it's a good one right now. 18-15. Hopkins with the lead. Eden Prairie with the ball. Van Riper-Rose, the corner, the three-pointer on the way. That's not going to go by Mulaney. Brianna Williams gets it. There's a race down to the bucket. Williams just fires it off to Weimer, and she'll look at an open Sydney Coffey, and not going to go. Rebound. Travel. Two Hopkins players headed.
The battle for each and every rebound in there. It gets pretty rough.
Full court pressure applied now by Hopkins into Mullaney, guarded by Weimers. Everybody kind of backing off a little bit now. Van Riperos against Coffey will take it up across midcourt toward that right side. Good ball handlers, you can see between the legs. Little spin move back there. That's Jackie Johnson all the way to the hoop. The left-handed runner is up and in.
Well, she certainly hasn't disappointed in this game. She came on early and has been playing great basketball.
The junior averages 8 points a game. And she's got a nice game, too. Good presence out there for Eden Prairie.
Eden Prairie drops back into his zone.
Trailing by a point. Weimer going to try that right side now. O'Toole. That's Williams. A little high in the pass. Picks it off, though, and there's a 10-foot jumper for Brianna. Her first basket of the night. Boy, look at Davis push it up. Man, she's wasting no time. Tries to go and gets a shot blocked. Here comes Hopkins. Weimer backs it up. Williams. Nice fake. Now in the lane of the Giants, blocked by Johnson, but apparently drew the foul as well. So that means 2 shots coming up for her. Nice move.
Yeah, that is a great move. She takes her time. See if she can get the defense to go up.
So Brianna Williams, a 5'8" senior, averages 11 points a game, a Miss Basketball candidate. On the way, and it won't go. Rebound Johnson. It's a 2-shot free throw, though, I'm pretty sure, isn't it? Yeah. There's a little hesitation by everybody. So Shackelford comes in, and back to the bench, Shannon O'Toole, a 6-foot senior. McCalla is a 5'10" sophomore. Williams, a senior for Hopkins. A little too hard, and look at that rebound underneath. Nice play by Shackelford just into the game, and makes a great play to get to the hoop.
Keeps going with it, gets the offensive rebound, lays it back in. Hopkins drops back into their relentless defense. Man-on-man.
Van Riperos, she's open. She's a good shooter.
That's really what the Eden Prairie Eagles need right now. She has the ability to hit big-time shots.
Weimer, corner. Shackelford almost shoot away, but Weimer, somehow she had managed to get a real good handle on those balls when they're just kind of look like they're on their way out of bounds. Let's watch that Morgan Van Riperos shot again, Leah.
Watch her shot and how far out it is.
Man alive, that's about a foot away from Sneaky Pete's front door here downtown.
I'm serious. I don't think any of the girls know where the high school three-point line is, because no one has shot from it in this tournament.
You'd shoot that and catch light rail in the same play. Long ways out. That shot is too hard from the free throw line. So here comes Eden Prairie. Taking their time now. Shane Mullaney be picked up by Shackelford, and good defensive play by Shackelford. She could turn around, run the other way. Let's just slow it down.
So many athletes on this Hopkins team.
Davis, temporary steal. Shackelford grabbed it right back. Williams looking over to her head coach, getting instructions on what to do next in the state championship game. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Ball knocked loose. There's a race. Van Riperos has it and then tries to throw it back and is called for a travel. Turnover, Eagles. 2:51 to go. Timeout on the court.
Invest wisely. Invest in yourself. Century College.
Relive all your favorite moments at the Minnesota State High School League Tournament with your own DVD. To order your copy, log on to KSTC-45.com and click on Prep 45.
Did you see the one with all the hugging? Not so tight.
Oh.
All the kissing.
Good. Very good. Firm but tender.
And all the licking.
There you go. Enjoy your coffee.
That was there when I got here. It's your favorite friends 5 nights a week.
Weeknights at 10 and 10:30 on 45.
There it is, a wild line from the savannah of Hopkins, Minnesota here. You're watching the Minnesota State High School League tournaments, and now get every play streamed live to your computer. Log on to KSTC45.com and click on Prep 45 to learn how you can continue to watch tournament action when you're away from your TV or anywhere in the world. Presented by Channel 45 and Grand Stadium. Look at those claws. Those talons are talons, by the way. Not real menacing. Weimer's is dribbling through everybody, trying to get something going there. And there's a tough double team, but Williams got rid of it. Nice play. Coffee from the corner. That one won't go. There's a bodies falling to the hardwood down under the basket, and there's a foul there. I just don't know who got it.
There's been a lot of bodies hitting the floor in this game.
And we're going to take a walk down to the other end and shoot some free throws. Bonus. So the fall on Ebony Livingston. Number 2 on her. T.T. Starks will come on. Ebony will go out of the game. So at the free throw line, Aubrey Davis, 1 for 2. Had 4 points in the quarterfinal, 10 points in the semifinal. Has 1 point here in the championship game. Averages 8 per game. That's a little too hard off the back of that iron. Rebound handled nicely by T.T. Starks, the 8th grader. Sydney Coffey back over on the left-hand side. Now they'll look low and just kick it around. Nice movement, and the T.T. Starks shot is a little too hard. Johnson rebound. Look at this fast break. You got a 3-on-3. Mulaney stops. And a dangerous pass, but Van Riper-Rose is just waiting for it and can't hit the 3. A nice rebound underneath. And the ball knocked out of bounds and off Eden Prairie. Boy, I thought that Cassie Saxton did a nice job grabbing that rebound, but ball knocked out of the hands of the intended recipient. So here we go. Hopkins has it, leading by 2. Under 2 minutes to go now. Starks. Weimer. Coffey and then Williams down in the corner.
We've seen Hopkins really take their time looking for their best shot. They don't seem rushed. They don't seem flustered by the defense of the Eagles. They're just taking their time.
That's Hudson. Good fake. Not going to go, though. Rebound hauled down by Davis. Looking down court. Get it down in a hurry, but back it up to set up that offense. There's Johnson against Hudson. Left-hander off the glass again. Boy, that is...
This is her night.
Yeah, she might want to copyright that move. Coming up in a minute, we have tied the game now, 22. Williams, that's Coffey. That's Weimer. Guarded by Mulaney. And travel. This Carr wants to have a conversation with his player, Cassie Saxton, calling her over. Had something special to tell her now as they try to break the pressure. Tied. Boy, they could get their lead here with under a minute to go. A little momentum going in the locker room, depending upon the Hopkins defense here, but that's Van Riper-Rose. Davis back out on top. Van Riper-Rose, long shot. Good board work. Starks again.
So it might be Hopkins who ends up with the last shot here.
We'll see if either one of these teams really wants to wait that long. I'm not sure they do. Jump ball, possession goes to Hopkins. Van Riper-Rose making a good play to make that happen. There's Chris. Weimer Underneath, shot rejected again by Johnson against Shackelford.
Johnson's just making her presence known in this game everywhere. In defense, offense, great outlet passes. She's doing whatever she has to do to carry her Eagles team.
You're going to wait for the last second shot. Davis looks back at her coach. 10 seconds to see at what point they push it up. 6 now. Still holding that ball at 5. And here comes a shot off the money, and it'll go out of bounds. That's the end of the first half. And how about this? We're tied at 22s.
Another low-scoring tilt.
Well, that's been the nature of this tournament, isn't it?
It certainly has. It's been all about defense and offenses that are slow to get rolling.
We're going to head down to the sideline. Tori is down there with Chris Carr. Go ahead, Tori.
Thank you, Dave. With Chris Carr, head coach at Eden Prairie. Boy, you've been able to get the ball inside of Jackie Johnson. It looks like that's been pretty successful.
Yeah, we're doing a good job. We got to stay a little bit more composed, do a little bit better job passing, not turn the ball over, and get some looks at the basket at least.
When you go into the locker room, you've played these guys 2 or 3 times already this year. What has that taught you about this team here tonight?
They're tough, and they're going to come out and they're going to fight, just like I planned for our girls to do so. They're going to come out with a lot of energy, and they're going to try to put together a run here to start the second half.
Appreciate your time. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, this game all knotted up, 22 apiece between Eden Prairie and Hopkins. We have 2 of the best in the state. They're battling it out for the 4A state championship, the last one of the day here on Championship Saturday. You can only get it on Channel 45.
Some surgeries require a hospital stay. Some you can just go home. And now there's a happy medium. The innovative Tria Hilton Recovery Program. Close by for next day follow-ups, nurse on duty, room service. Just relax and recover.
I love these new cell phones.
He just got a new phone, and he can't stop using it.
Boom. Profile pic.
Do you guys need a moment?
Since John is always on his phone, we thought he'd like using Wells Fargo mobile banking.
Just pay the electric bill?
Wow.
He's able to pay his bills, check his balance.
Wow.
Even transfer money between accounts.
I can tell you what's playing here if you like.
I can tell you too.
See?
Wells Fargo, with you when life is mobile.
We are the face of Comcast.
I'm a perfectionist. At least I try to be.
At Comcast, we solve problems.
If we don't resolve the problem the first time,
we'll extend a courtesy service to our customers.
You're a customer, you deserve it.
If you're a new customer and you're not satisfied with our services,
you can get your money back in the first 30 days.
It's a phenomenal thing to offer to our customers.
We're only as good as our word. And our word is good.
Whether it's giving you a $20 credit if we're late or 30 days to try us out, at Comcast, we're all about the customer, and that's always guaranteed.
The Anne Bancroft Foundation is proud to partner with Tria Orthopedic Center to support the Let Me Play grants. Through these grants, nearly 200 Minnesota girls have participated in sports. To donate or apply, visit AnneBancroftFoundation.org.
Halftime is brought to you by Tria Orthopedic Center, bringing innovation to patient care and outcomes. Visit tria.com.
Back here at Target Center, we are in between halves of the Class 4A championship game. I don't know that we've had a tie in our telecast yet so far at halftime in the girls basketball state championship. But Hopkins and Eden Prairie are indeed knotted at 22 apiece. Back here courtside. Joining me now is Dave Stead, the executive director of the State High School League. Dave's 25 years at the State High School League. If you've been to any tournaments, you've seen him walking around doing everything. Tell me a little bit about the decision-making process for the league.
Well, we have a board of directors that are elected by our member schools or appointed. The governor appoints people as well as the school boards and the principals, but 20 people who get input from throughout the state on a variety of issues. We have coaches advisory committees that provide some input, but ultimately it's our schools who make the recommendations and our board of directors who acts on all those recommendations.
You guys do a lot of things behind the scenes that the casual fan wouldn't even know about, but one of the most visible things you do is determine and help determine the sectioning. How does that process work?
Every 2 years, we take a look at what the school's enrollment numbers are based on what they report to the Department of Education. And then we have a tournaments formats, whether we have 4 classes as we do in basketball or 3 classes in other sports. We take a look at what the enrollments are in the schools and what the activities they've registered for, make some decisions, and then we publish that every 2 years.
You mentioned to me off camera there was an issue just determined relating to football. Tell us about that.
Football has been an issue we've talked about for a long time, just because a number of schools, both large and small, are having more difficulty trying to find games within the state of Minnesota. And so we're taking a look at that with an advisory committee of football coaches and administrators, and our board meets on April 7th. They'll discuss that issue and then make a recommendation about what steps they might take, or they could just simply leave the format as it is and try to tweak it a little bit.
One of the great things I've noticed you guys have done in the last year, there's a great initiative to get social media, and we talked to John Millay early in the tournament, the John's Journal. Why was the decision made, and do you consider it a success to sort of do this in-house publicity you guys have been doing more now than ever?
Well, there are so many great stories out in the high school communities, whether it's a community that's jumping in line to help a bunch of kids, whether it's an athlete that's done a great job, whether it's an athlete who has given up his position or his spot in a tournament to let someone else succeed. And those are the positive things that happen every day in a school community. We just wanted to make sure we were able to share that with a wider community. John has done a great job, not only on John's Journal on the website, but the tweets and the Twitters and the Facebooks and all those other things I don't understand that he does a great job of.
It's a whole new world out there. Dave Stead, the executive director of the State High School League, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you, my pleasure.
We've got 1 half remaining in the girls' basketball season. Eden Prairie and Hopkins will decide who are champions of Class 4A after this.
It's comparable to Toyota. Our car.
Why do so many car companies compare themselves to Toyota? Maybe it's because Toyota is the #1 choice among consumers. Or because 80% of Toyotas sold in the last 20 years are still on the road today. And now get 0% APR for 60 months on 7 of your favorite Toyota models, with finance savings up to $4,857 on Tundra. We're #1 for a reason. Come see for yourself. Hurry in for the best selection.
I chose to come to Inver Hills Community College because they have a reputation for creating great paramedics. Inver Hills is a nationally recognized and nationally accredited program. You put that down on your resume and it really means something. After graduation, I want to work as a paramedic firefighter for St. Paul. Inver Hills has given me the tools to succeed.
Emergency medicine is just one of over 50 career programs and certificates offered at Inver Hills. Register for our college preview event April 12th to learn more.
Hi, it's Andy from Larry Reed's Aero Buick GMC in Inver Grove Heights with this month's certified used specials, like this 2009 Chevy Malibu, sale price at just $13,588, or this 2010 Buick Enclave CXL leather loaded, just $35,995. Interest rates start at just 1.9 at Larry Reed's Aero Buick GMC truck.
At Larry Reed's Aero Buick GMC trucks.
It's 45 local news at night. You get a complete newscast at a time that's more convenient, 9 o'clock.
With all the reporters to bring you the big stories first. And when you get your news, weather, and sports first.
You can wrap up your day sooner. Get a complete local newscast.
And get it first on 45 local news at 9.
What word is yelled when 2 kids say the same thing at the same time?
Jinx.
You just won 17.
Cash Cab. Weeknights at 7 on 45.
We're all tied in the Class 4A championship. Hopkins and Eden Prairie, the only cure. More cowbell indeed. Back here courtside, Chris Long at Target Center, joined by Jenny Johnson and Marissa Layton. Ladies, this is, we said it was going to be a pretty good game. Tie score so far, I can't say we're disappointed. Marissa, your impressions in general of the first half?
I mean, from a viewing standpoint, this is a fabulous game. Eden Prairie is playing fabulous team defense. You see Aubrey Davis taking a charge. You see Morgan Van Riper Rose taking a charge. Tall, big Jackie Johnson doing what she does best, blocking shots inside. I'm really, really impressed with the first half that Eden Prairie has put together.
Marissa, this might be the most physical game we've seen yet in the tournament. Do you agree?
I think so, but it's controlled. Neither team feels like they're out of control, it just feels like it's a good physical battle.
And Jenny Hopkins, they are coming at Eden Prairie from all directions.
Yeah, they're very well balanced. You can see they're scoring from inside, they're scoring from outside. I think the biggest key is that they have 8 offensive rebounds. That's 8 additional times that they have a chance and opportunity to score. So they'll keep fighting on the boards, and that's what makes them tough.
I'll ask you the same question. This game, it seems unusually physical. Agreed?
I agree, but I also agree with Marissa in that it's a controlled physicalness.
Our halftime stats brought to you by Century College. Invest wisely, invest in yourself. Century College. Take us inside the numbers a little bit, Marissa.
Eden Prairie shooting 43% from the field to Hopkins 31%. That's what's keeping the score even, considering that they are down on those offensive rebounds.
Jenny, anything of note from you?
The thing I noticed is that Eden Prairie has 14 turnovers. Hopkins makes their living off of forcing turnovers. Eden Prairie's got to take better control of the basketball.
Could not be any closer here at halftime of the Class 4A championship game. If the first half's any indication, we're going to have one heck of a second half. Tria Orthopedic Center is proud to be a sponsor of the Minnesota State High School League broadcast right here on Channel 45. Now we go to Tria Orthopedic Center for tips on how to prevent wrist injuries while snowboarding.
We are here at Tria Orthopedic Center, and I am with Dr. Deb Bone, who is an orthopedic surgeon specializing in hand and upper extremities. Dr. Bone, we're headed into a really great time, snowboarding and skiing season, but do you see a lot of injuries from those sports?
Sure, anytime we do a high-speed sport, you're bound to have injuries. Most of the time it's nothing, it's a great time out there, but injuries do occur.
Any way to prevent some of these injuries?
Well, I really recommend wearing a wrist guard whenever you snowboard. You can get some built into a mitten or separate.
What about treatments for these injuries? What do you do?
Typically, if somebody injures themselves badly, we may need to do a surgery to correct the deformity, but most of the time they just get better on their own.
And is it always obvious when someone should come in to seek treatment?
Well, if there's a deformity, yes, come on in right away. But if there's bruising underneath the skin or some kind of swelling that lasts for more than a couple of days, I recommend you come in.
Great information, Dr. Bone. Thank you so much.
Ta-da! Picture yourself studying what you love, earning a degree, or taking classes for transfer.
They sound important.
Picture your world.
Business.
In a field and career that follows your dreams.
Art too?
But doesn't break the bank.
So many choices.
Picture your options in crafting a program tailored to your lifestyle and goals.
Wow!
Picture yourself going to North Hennepin Community College.
Great faculty, convenient location, and affordable too. Why not?
Picture your future. Starting now.
Hey, I'm on it.
Reels Channel proudly presents the most anticipated 8-part movie event of the year that has everyone talking.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
The Kennedys world premiere begins Sunday night, April 3rd at 7 and 10. Find Reels Channel on your TV at reels.com.
Welcome back to the Target Center. Just getting ready to start the second half, tied up at 22. What did you really like about that first half, and what do you think you can do to continue your success here against Eden Prairie?
Well, we have to be more aggressive. I didn't think we attacked offensively well enough. We got to force Jackie Johnson right. She goes left every time, so we got to make sure that happens. She kind of had a big half against us, so we look like we can make some corrections and hopefully end up on the top side.
All right, Coach, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, Dave.
Thank you, Tori. Lake Conference looking pretty impressive, though. 22-22. They're two of their best teams all knotted up here in a fight for the state championship.
Well, it will be interesting to see what happens with Jackie Johnson in the second half, to see if they can close her down. 10 points, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks. She did everything. He was right. She does the same thing each time, and they couldn't slow her down with it.
Eden Prairie Eagles will start off with a basketball in this second half. Knotted up at 22s. Morgan Van Riper-Rose off to Shane Mullaney, and Mullaney with a nice little fake to her left and tried to go right, and everybody got in the middle there, so she brings it back out. Johnson pulled way outside. Mullaney to the hoop, and she nailed it. And Eden Prairie has taken the lead.
And the bottom line with this Eden Prairie team is they're so balanced that they're not just relying on Jackie Johnson.
Weimer over to Coffey. This is Weimer now setting the post. or at the point, rather. Looking at that defense. Corner shot, another goal. Boy, Willick, a little physicality near the shot is bouncing, and goes in.
Yeah, she's probably going to get called for that if she keeps pushing off like that down low. As Chris Long was mentioning that this has been a very physical game. I think they all have been pretty physical, to be honest with you.
Brianna Williams with her 4th point of the night. Jackie Johnson, there's that left-handed shot again, just exactly what the coach was talking about.
They didn't force her right, and she still makes it, doing exactly what she wants to do, Jackie Johnson.
Eden Prairie with the lead. That's Nia Coffey back in the game now. Brianna Williams over there with the ball. This is Julia Weimer. By that other side, Coffey at the free throw line. Good shooter from there, but covered up quickly.
Eagles going to make Hopkins work from the perimeter.
Hopkins in the corner, low post now. Gracia Hudson kicks it out to Weimer. The good look at the 3, got it. And a 1-point lead for the Royals. Davis pushes it down quickly. It's a screen from Johnson trying to back up to the high post. Now she wants to set a screen on the other side. Davis will take it in, almost traveled, stop that dribble in time. Johnson, she does go to the right side, but kicks it back out to Mulaney. Willick all by herself in the corner. Will hand it off to Van Riper-Rose. Double team there with the Coffey sisters, and she still takes it. No good, though. All down by Nia Coffey. That is off to Weimer. Going to back it up. 27-26, state title on the line. We're in half number 2 as we crown champions on Saturday. Sydney Coffey for 3.
Boy, is that a big shot for Sydney Coffey, the 6-foot junior.
Already committed to Marist University. Davis now. Her team down by 4 all of a sudden. Doesn't take the screen, goes the other way instead. Continues to dribble and drive to the bucket. It's in and out. Nice follow, though, by Aubrey to put it up and in. Don't give up on that. Young kids watching. There's a classic example. You miss it, don't stop.
Follow your shot. Get ready for the rebound.
2-point edge for Hopkins. Coffey to her sister Nia. She's alone from 15. Won't go. Rebound. Sydney Coffey fouled on her way in. Go to the line and shoot a couple. There's Brian Cosgriff, the head coach, McAllister graduate. Sydney Coffey, 6 points. She had 12 in the quarters, 3 in the last game. The 6-foot junior. Free throw is off the mark. Hopkins with that 2-point edge. 29-2 on the year. 25-4 for Eden Prairie. There's Claire Willick. She'll go out of the game. 5'11 senior. And she is replaced by Taylor Ewell, the 5'7 senior. As I mentioned earlier in the first half, Taylor going to the University of Minnesota on a soccer scholarship. And Coffey gets the second one. Timeout. 31-28 Hopkins with the lead here early on in the second half.
Join Menards this week in saluting our American-made products with Menards Made in the USA sale. Huntington builds quality gas grills in Huntington, Indiana that are made to last and designed to perform. This 5-burner stainless steel gas grill is only $199 after rebate. EC Grow has been producing high-quality turf fertilizers for more than 20 years in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. This premium crabgrass preventer with lawn food is $6.99 a bag after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm your AAA quality control expert, and I have over 50 million AAA members counting on me to find the best of everything for them. From discounts on restaurants
and auto services, to tips and savings on travel, to competitive rates on insurance. So relax, I'm here for you, in more ways than ever.
Want to know you're getting the insurance that best fits you and your family? Call AAA Insurance today for a free quote.
The second half is brought to you by Inver Hills Community College. Inver Hills Community College salutes student athletes. Inver Hills, define, believe, achieve. Championship Saturday on 45. Great to have you with wherever you're watching across the state of Minnesota or anywhere else for that matter. A lot of people viewing now all over the world. 31-28, Hopkins with the lead. And in the backcourt, Davis will have the ball guarded by Weimer very tightly out there.
Hopkins continues on with their full court pressure.
Mulaney, she's quick. A little spin move there. Got it. And she traveled before she put it up in the air, apparently. I guess the spin move's always more effective when you can travel on it.
Absolutely.
Weimer gets it away quickly to Sydney Coffey. Going to go right at Johnson, and there's her 5th block of this game. And then a foul called on Gracia Hudson, who is not agreeing with the official. The 6'2" junior. Inbound pass against full court pressure goes to Johnson, right back to Davis. Aubrey will dribble it up against Weimer, gets a little bit of space and heads right toward that hoop. Double team down there. Kicks it out to Johnson, breaking to Van Riper-Rose. She's going to lose the ball out of bounds. That's Hopkins basketball. Did a fair amount of turnovers, surprisingly so, in the first half, Leah.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised that Eden Prairie had 14 turnovers at the half.
Weimer down to Nia Coffey. Driving the lane. That's a nice runner. Not going to go. Rebound. Hudson blocked. And now the scramble for the basketball. Possession arrow in favor of Hopkins.
I have to say, Coffey's sisters have been really aggressive in this game, really attacking the basket.
Weimer against good defense finally goes to the top, to the outlet there to Williams. That's Sydney down low to Gracia Hudson, who did a nice move against Jackie Johnson, but couldn't get the ball to drop. Gracia is 6'2". Jackie listed at 6'3". Davis with the basketball. 5'7" senior off to Morgan Van Riper-Rose. Nice dish, but the shot is not going to go. Rebound, Nia Coffey. Williams. Foul on the Eagles of Eden Prairie.
And Hopkins kind of just doing what they do best, working the ball, getting good rebounds, just real steady, solid, fundamental basketball.
Little Bermuda Triangle of offense there for a couple of minutes.
Yes, that's for sure. And here's Hopkins just working the ball up court, some good passing. Yeah, you don't get the sense that the momentum's with either team right now. Of one team kind of pulling away, both of them sticking pretty tightly to one another.
There's a good look at Sydney Coffey. 8 points in this game, and she'll miss that one. Nia, her sister, hauls down a rebound. Can't get it to fall. Hudson, though, does. Gracia Hudson has her 8 points.
Yeah, that was good positioning for Hudson on the rebound.
Hopkins now by 6 points. Halftime was tied at 22s. Mulaney, good pressure from Coffey. Looking down low, wants to go to Johnson. Hudson's on her, and getting plenty physical down underneath there, and a timeout called for by Chris Carr of Eden Prairie. Wants to talk things over with his Eagles. Well, the state tournament filled with a lot of great memories. I'm telling you, think about names. We were talking about this earlier off the air a while back, but when Albany came in here, and Kelly Skalicki, there's a blast from the past, put 45 points in a game and scored, and against Bagley, and then she had a game against Moose Lake, and she had 17 assists in one game. So this is where you make some of those legendary memories. And I don't know if we'll see one here in this championship game or not, but so far it's been pretty good as far as being close. Hopkins right now, though, Leah, is on a 12-4 run.
Yeah, you can feel them really pushing the ball a little bit. It's still been a little choppy, but they're getting to the free throw line, really working hard for their rebounds.
It looks like he's been repaired nicely by the Raptor Center at the University of Minnesota. Wow, this is our day so far, Leah, right here.
Yeah, we saw some excellent basketball in Class A with some freshmen. Madison Lee and Payne came up big. Minnehaha Academy goes down to Bram, and you know it was Dahlman who was running that one. And De La Salle, it was Johnson. She did a great job. Shauna Johnson for her team, 63-43.
With the basketball, Eden Prairie now in desperate need of a little bit of offense here, trailing by 6 to Hopkins. There's Johnson. Kicks it out. And that shot is going to circle and not go. Boy, that is Taylor Ewell. Had a good shot, good spot to shoot it, but won't go. And now a whistle stops play. And it's a foul on Eden Prairie. Jackie Johnson picking up the personal, a 6'3" junior.
In the last 3 or 4 minutes, Eden Prairie is really having a hard time getting into the flow of their offense.
Williams against Davis. Weimer. Nia Coffey. That is Williams. Wide open look for Sydney on the other side. She's got it. That's her third 3 of the game. And suddenly we have a 9-point game. That's a 15-4 run for Hopkins right now. Mullaney all the way, dribbles right to the hoop, draws the foul. Boy, they have really struggled to get that shot to go to break the ice for him here in the second half.
And look at the 6-foot sophomore Nia Coffey here. She's been big in this game. That's a 3-pointer. She averages 10 points on the season, but has done more than that in the tournament. And there's her proud papa, former Gopher great Richard Coffey. Their mother, Sheba Coffey, is an athlete as well, track star in high school.
Good look at Sydney right there. Shane Mullaney at the free throw line got her first one. She has 9 in the game and 10 now. 37-30, trying to get her Eagles back into it. They were tied at halftime. Good backcourt pressure right now. Hopkins in no hurry to get it across, taking their time. And as they do, Sydney Coffey going up for the layup. Davis got her pretty hard, but she's all right. Back up and going to the free throw line. 12:03, lots of time here. There's Davis. She helped her up after she hit her.
Yep. Aubrey Davis is just a physical player, always moving up and down the court. So she has a collision here with Coffey.
Coffey just 3 points in the semifinal game, but already in this game has 12, which is what she had in the quarterfinal. A little too hard on that one. Jackie Johnson with the rebound to Mullaney.
Offensively, we have seen Jackie Johnson slowed down here in the second half for Eden Prairie.
Ewell underneath. Van Ripero's in that fadeaway. Won't go nobody there except Hopkins Royals to pull that board down.
No second chances right now for the Eagles.
Weimer. Real good control out there as the guard. Ball knocked out of bounds. There you get a good look at Aubrey Davis, 5'7" senior for Eden Prairie. Brianna Williams inbounding the ball. Nia Coffey wants that baseline. There's that shot on the baseline and won't go. It's a good spot for her usually. Bodies down again on the court. (38-30). Hopkins with the lead. Pass underneath. Foul. Eden Prairie. Brianna Williams going to the free throw line. This game has lost a little of its momentum here.
It has. It's gotten a little choppy with all the fouls. Uh-oh, there's a beach ball in here.
She had 19 points in the quarters and 11 in the semis. She's been a force in this tournament. Tonight, that's her 5th point. 1 of 3 from the free throw line. She averages 11 a game. There's Coach Cosgriff on the sideline. Didn't get the second one. Johnson with the rebound. Outlet to Davis.
Nice job with the players getting tangled up. They just try to unlock arms instead of the swinging elbows.
Well, we've seen elbows here today in this earlier games, didn't we?
We certainly have.
Lots of time left. 39-30. Hopkins with the lead in the ball against the pressure. Weimer breaks it all by herself with a dribble. Sydney Coffey back out to Weimer. This is Williams. That's Nia Coffey on the deep corner, guarded by Mulaney. And just working around the perimeter here, trying to see if something opens up. And boy, are they spreading the court out. That's Nia Coffey. Williams, who sees an opening. Gracia Hudson underneath, and that ball was rejected on a great defensive effort by Eden Prairie when it looked like an easy layup, and I think Mulaney's the one that got it. 10:53 to go. 9-point lead for Hopkins.
Invest wisely. Invest in yourself. Century College.
March 21st is moving day for Seinfeld.
I am busting. Jerry, I'm busting. I can't believe it.
Watch the funniest show on television.
I'm out there, Jerry, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Seinfeld.
Starting Monday on 45.
Against one dribble, pull-up jumper, got it to go.
The Lynx are playing really good basketball right now.
Catch all the action this summer. Visit lynxbasketball.com today.
Tonight's game summary brought to you by Toyota. Visit buytoyota.com today to find your nearest dealer and check out special offers.
And for the Royals, it's been Coffey who's been keeping them in this game. And for the Eagles, look at Jackie Johnson, 5 blocks, 12 points. They could use a little help, the Eagles, from their three-point shooting star, Morgan Van Riper-Rose.
Nia Coffey into the lane. Nice dish to the corner. Williams looking hard for Gracia Hudson underneath. She'll kick it out to Weimer. And that three is on the way, and that's good.
And that's just a great pass by Hudson. She reads the defense, sees she's completely covered. Great outlet pass to her teammate.
Eden Prairie, they've only been to one state tournament prior to this, back in 09, looking for their first state title. Ewell, nice fake up to the bucket. Boy, that's a nice move, and it won't go. Second time she's had a shot to circle and go out. Possession arrow, Eden Prairie.
Boy, they will not let go of that ball once they hold on.
Yeah, you gotta like that.
Yep.
Annie Thole into the game. Inbound pass will come from Shane Mulaney. Van Riper-Rose guarded by Nia Coffey. She's gonna deny her that pass. Johnson, her left-hand shot is up. She drew the foul. We saw a lot of that in the first half.
Yep, they definitely have slowed her down in the second half, but now she's being a little bit more aggressive. She's still gonna go to her left-hand side, but she's being guarded tighter, but she can still get to the free throw line. So if I were the Eden Prairie Eagles, I would keep going to Jackie Johnson as much as possible.
It's only 2 fouls on Hudson. Jackie Johnson, 13 points in the game, 5 blocks in this. I'm not sure what she has for rebounds, but it's been impressive. 12 rebounds. Cutting the gap to 10 now. Hopkins losing control of the ball momentarily, now kicked out of bounds, but it's off of Eden Prairie. 10:02 to go in this game. And next week we're back at it with the boys. Weimer, who just hit a big shot off to Nia Coffey. Williams goes out to save that pass. There's Weimer. You don't see her pop it a lot, but she sure has got a good shot. Coffey will shoot that one, and she's got a 3.
Every tournament we see someone who's hot on the three-point line who kind of starts carrying their team. In this game, it's been Nia Coffey.
Jackie Johnson for 3. That circles and doesn't go. That's kind of the story here tonight. One shot and done now, and here comes Hopkins. Williams in the middle. Nobody there. Johnson pulls it down. Mulaney. Van Riper-Rose with that quick release, not going to go. Weimer got a 3-on-1 break. What a play by Mulaney to knock it out of bounds and off the foot of Sydney Coffey. What a great play.
That was a great play because that was not going to be pretty. Hopkins was headed down on a fast break. No one was stopping him.
3-on-1, and she played it about as perfect as you can play it defensively, but boy, they need some help offensively now. 45-32 Hopkins. Coming up on the 9-minute mark. Davis trying to get her team untracked a little bit here. Gets a pick on the left and then on the roll. Nice series of passes. And again, the shot doesn't go. Van Ripero's backing up. It won't go. Look at that board by Ewell. And now finally, after what seems a lot of minutes trying to get a ball to fall, they finally got one in there. 45-34.
No foul here. Let's see if they can get back in their defense.
Shackelford. Nice pass.
Boy, Hopkins is just so solid in so many areas.
Ebony Livingston with that basket. Davis, here we go. Now we're running around. We're back and forth, getting the crowd into it a little bit. Hopkins, 47. Eden Prairie, 34.
This is a sign of a team that knows each other well and works well, just goes in. They see each other with their peripheral vision. That's Hopkins for you. They're just so well trained.
Well, driving inside Jackie Johnson, and she is fouled. And Brian Cosgrove wants to talk to his defense, Brianna, about how to play Jackie Johnson. Well, Johnson's had a monster game, 14 points. As we mentioned, he's already in the double-double territory. In and out. 2 for 3 from the free throw line. 14 points in the game. Had 15 in the quarters, 10 in the semis. And now another stellar night here, but trying to lead her team back against the Hopkins team. That's not easy. Missed them both. Oh, man, there's a collision and a charge on Brianna Williams. Aubrey Davis took the brunt of that. Looks like she's okay.
That looked like it hurt. I mean, that's just a close call. I just feel a lot of times with that call, it can go either way. But it certainly got Chris Carr and his bench standing on their feet and back into this game. Well, Chris has been standing the entire game.
Yeah, Chris looks like he's ready to pop a jump shot out there. (47-34). Hopkins defense is doing their job in the second half against Eden Prairie. There's Van Riperose.
Boy, if she could get hot for this Eden Prairie team, it would really loosen things up for Jackie Johnson.
Nice drive to the hoop. She heard you. 5 points for her in the game. Starks is back in there now, the 8th grader. That's her right there in traffic. And a timeout called for by Brian Cosgrove so they can keep the ball in their possession. 7:53 under 8 minutes to go here. Hopkins right off Cedar Lake Road out there on Highway 169. Eden Prairie only 10 minutes away in Valley View Road. They play in the same conference, and here they are playing for the state championship at Target Center. Boys State basketball tournament. We look forward to next week. Leah, you'll be back here for that live from the Target Center.
Yep, that'll be fun. Trent Tucker and I will be sitting over at the desk, seeing all the teams coming through, and that guy right there, Richard Coffey, will be calling all the games.
Yeah, he's just talking now to anybody he can because he doesn't want any nerves. He is something else. He watched him play for the Gophers. You never worried about him. You watch him here with watching his daughters, and it's nerve-wracking. Very exciting. In fact, it'd be fun to isolate a Mark Mulaney, too, just to see how he handles all of this stuff as a former pro athlete. Brianna Williams trying to drive is fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. She's a missed basketball candidate. No free throws as of yet, though. 7:44 to go. All alone in the corner, Sydney Coffey again. This time just a 2-pointer.
But she likes that spot.
She's having a nice game. All down block.
Good defense by Hopkins.
On the scramble, Davis has it. Timeout called for by Eden Prairie as she had the basketball. (49-36), 7:29 to go here. High school tournament officially beginning. That was interesting, Chris and Lisa talking about that at halftime. The first official statewide tournament was in '76. We talked the other night about it. Back in '74, '75, you had your choice. You could play in the fall tournament or the winter tournament.
Yep. Well, and Lisa Lismore is one of the great players. You know, not only has she run this tournament, she does a fantastic job, but she's also quite the player. You know, she played at St. Paul Central.
Yep. First state championship team, number 15, I think, wasn't she?
That sounds right.
Linda Roberts on that team. We talked Teresa Turney was on that team. They had a pretty good squad. They beat the Benil St. Margaret's that year by 2 points in that first. But the first girls event of any kind statewide that was official, girls state track meet, as recent as 1972. Hard to believe, isn't it?
That is hard to believe.
Knocked out of bounds by Eden Prairie. 7:21 to go, a 13-point lead. They were tied at halftime at 22s. Brianna trying to get that ball in, but needs some help, and now she gets it. Coming down to help out. Cross court, Sydney Coffey knocked out of her hands, and then Jackie Johnson gets a poke in the eye, apparently. Going to try to sort all of this out. The fall will be on Eden Prairie. And Jackie Johnson says she's okay. She just got to look like a quick poke in the eye there. At the free throw line will be Sydney Coffey. Sydney, 4 of 7 from the line. $15 points in the game. Not going to go. Rebound hauled down. Taylor Ewell. And a good defensive play by Coffey. How about that? Stole it right away and put it up and in.
Yeah, Sydney Coffey came. Well, it was Sydney Coffey came to play, that is for sure. She has been fantastic.
Look at Mulaney hanging in the air after being bumped. Enough body control to put it up and in off the glass, and now she's going in for a three-pointer. .658, 52-38. That was a pretty continuation of that play. Annie Thole into the game for Eden Prairie, and Aubrey Davis will rest up. Here's Mulaney. You can see at the free throw, pretty good. Weimer just moves the ball. She's just consistent. She just gets the job done. Not flashy or anything. You just can count on her every time.
Role players that know what their role is on a team is so key.
Jackie Johnson now, guarded by Coffey, shoves it to the other side of the court. Ewell, Van Riper-Rose, not going to go. And here comes Sydney Coffey in a race down court. Just a 3-on-2, nice pass, and a nice left-handed shot. Ebony Livingston has her 7th point of the game, and Hopkins is really opening it up.
They really are, and they're just down low. It's so difficult for Eden Prairie. They're just clogging the paint, making it so difficult. And on offense, they're pushing it and running it, and their transition basketball.
I like the way Weimer sees the double team going and always gets rid of it just in time. I mean, she really does have good timing, good court presence and awareness. At the free throw line again this fall on Eden Prairie, on Annie Thole, the sophomore, 5'9".
Richard still looks pretty worried.
Oh, yeah, a 40-point lead, and he'd be nervous. And that one is not going to go in. Eden Prairie knows they have to push up. Ewell to Van Riperose. That's her turf right there, and she nails it.
That's what they need from her. Number 34, Morgan Van Riperose.
Still a big climb for him. 54-41. 5:45 to go in the game. And we'll let Sydney Coffey take you to break.
All of us at Education Minnesota are raising our hands for a better education. Join us at IRaiseMyHand.com.
It's time to do something. Press a button. Flip a switch. It doesn't take much to make a difference. Control what you can control. Take matters into your own hands. And just watch what happens to your energy bill when you do. Find out how the little changes add up at TogetherWeSave.com.
Earlier today, look at this.
Madison Lee, she's a freshman. Maranatha gets the big Class A championship.
Oh, that was a great pass from Nichols to Dahlman.
That's Becca Dahlman. Boy, did she have a huge game. Carried her team, the Bram Bombers, the 2A championship. And then it's Tyshana Johnson for De La Salle. Faith Johnson gets her first championship at De La Salle.
There we go. I knew Faith could smile. I waited 3 games to see it. There it was. They had a nice effort tonight. And Hill Murray came into that game unbeaten. So now something going on at the scorer's table as we watch those highlights. Clock at 5:45, 13-point spread in Hopkins' favor right now. Here we go, all set to go again. That's Weimer there against the pressure. She never really seems to panic on it. Takes her time, dribbles through a lot, and there again as a double team came up, she was just getting rid of the ball in time. Brianna Williams, 5'8" senior, 5 points tonight. Oh, no, Starks will take it in. Nia Coffey. Williams guarded by Johnson. Double team. That's a tough double team. Boy, did she push it out of there nice. Here comes a trap on Weimer. She's really good at avoiding those things. On a pass back, stolen by Ewell. And then knocked out of her hands.
She's wondering where the foul was.
Coming back in the game, Shane Mullaney. And coming in for Annie Thule. Gracia Hudson brings back her 6'2" height in the game, and going out for Hopkins is Ebony Livingston. Also, Sydney Coffey comes in, and TT Starks, the 5'9" 8th grader, goes out. Davis trying to inbound the pass. Nice play. Good steal by Williams. Here comes Nia Coffey. The left-handed layup is up and in.
Nice to see the left hand looking so natural.
Yeah. Ewell, nice pass, good drive to the hoop, just won't go. And the ball stolen by Jackie Johnson. Ooh, man, she banged her head at the end of that play. He just hurt it. Well, I'm glad she got up all right.
When you sit courtside like this, you can just hear all the sounds of when these young ladies hit the floor, and it is not nice.
There she is, Jackie. She's had, you know, Eden Prairie, I'm sure, would like to have scored more here at this point. They still have time, but she has played relatively solid here. Second half, you heard Coach Cosgrove say they were trying to stifle her as much as they could.
That's right. In the second half, Hopkins has come out and ran their game plan to a T.
Loose ball up for grabs. Foul on Eden Prairie. Nia Coffey will be at the free throw line. Nia tonight in the game, 9 points, but she has not shot a free throw yet. She is a sophomore, by the way. She got it. First free throw of the night for Nia. Averages 10 points a game. I'd say she's pretty darn consistent tonight. 10 points here. So she's been in double figures in all 3 tournament games. One more time. And knocked out of bounds by Williams of Hopkins. 4:35. Hopkins with a big lead here. Mulaney will bring it up. And going to alley-oop it underneath to Van Riper-Rose. That was knocked out to Davis deep in the corner. That's a tough place to be stuck. And now tied up by Sydney Coffey. Very heads-up play.
Sydney Coffey's everywhere. Whenever you look on the court, she's either making big shots or laying it in with her left hand or stealing the ball.
Van Riper-Rose will inbound the ball for Eden Prairie. 2 on each side of the lane. Now they break that up a little bit. Nice pass to Davis right to the hoop. Man, that was impressive. Need a lot of those here in the final 4 minutes of this game. Williams off to Hudson. Right back to Williams, and now Weimer. Always holding it too long. Sydney Coffey will dribble it back out. There's Nia. Weimer, boy, everybody touching the ball, and they're doing it in a hurry. Down in the corner now. They got a shot on the other side. Just overshot Williams' head and hands. So we come back. Eden Prairie will have the ball trailing by 14 and 3:45 left until the end of this one.
Man, I love these new cell phones.
He just got a new phone and he can't stop using it.
Boom. Profile pic.
Do you guys need a moment?
Since John is always on his phone, we thought he'd like using Wells Fargo mobile banking.
Just pay the electric bill?
Wow.
He's able to pay his bills, check his balance.
Wow.
Even transfer money between accounts.
I can tell you what's playing here if you like.
I can tell you too.
See?
Wells Fargo, with you when life is mobile.
5 years ago, TRIA was founded with 3 partners and 1 principle. The patient is number 1. That's driven innovation after innovation, like our renowned facility built to deliver state-of-the-science orthopedic care all under 1 roof, including research and education, a unique women's program, the nearby TRIA Hilton Recovery Program, a new mobile care unit, and the first acute injury clinic, open 7 days a week, which all has led to extraordinary restorative results.
Get all the news and get it first on 45 Local News at 9.
Well, here's a little highlight of the three-point shooting in the second half.
And this is how the game opened up for Hopkins. Julia Weimer hit some big shots. You see Sydney Coffey sitting on the three-point line. Another one by Weimer, and then it was Nia Coffey. That's how Hopkins started to separate themselves away from the Eden Prairie Eagles as they continue on, leading 57-43.
Each possession becomes so much more magnified at this stage of the game here for the Eagles right now, trailing with a state championship trophy on the line. And oh my, that's almost gone away. Good hustle by Van Riper-Rose to pick that up. They're not going to give her a lot of room to shoot the three. She's very good at it, and they know that. Davis inside Johnson going there. They made her go to the right side that time, and good defense by Hudson to stop that shot and block it.
It's really that second half when the coaches have talked to their players and the players come out in the second half, you really see some things changed. And the one thing that changed was the defense on Jackie Johnson. Much improved.
Coffey going down court. Ball is out of bounds. Who's going to get it? Hopkins. Nia Coffey halfway down the lane, and that shot rejected by either Mulaney or Johnson. But Sydney opening the other side now, and she is fouled by Taylor Ewell. On the way to the free throw line. Sydney Coffey. Oh, a nice game she's had tonight. 17 points on the evening.
And this Hopkins team is so deep. We talked about Brianna Williams at the top of the game as being the team leader. She certainly is. Been relatively quiet here offensively tonight. But the Hopkins squad is so deep, and you have someone like Sydney Coffey stepping up, scoring above her average.
And Nia hauls down the rebound, and then she is fouled. And again, it's going to be Taylor Ewell on the foul for Eden Prairie. So Nia Coffey now will go to the free throw line. Nia in this game, again, as we mentioned earlier, 10 points. Of the free throws, she is 1 of 2. And that is the 5th foul on Taylor Ewell, the 5'7" senior. So this really kind of works as a timeout when they substitute a player. I'm not so sure I like that rule, but there seem to be plenty of timeouts in basketball.
This is true.
I'm not sure you need another one.
At the line, Nia Coffey, 2 shots.
Good idea how many people are here watching basketball today. Right now, Hopkins in control, and even more so now as a result of that free throw, extending their lead up to 16 points in the second half. They were tied at 22-22 at the end of the first half.
In the second half, the Eagles just couldn't find an offensive flow.
Don't forget, Minnesota State High School League now on Facebook. You can keep up to date by going to MSHSL. Boy, good effort out there. Good foul that time by Annie Thull. Her first basket of the night. 15-point game. Double team coming. Weimer knows that. Ball knocked out of Coffey's hands, and no over and back there. And that'll be a foul on Hopkins on Sydney Coffey. .219 to go now. Clock stop. 60-45.
Sydney Coffey, number 33. The second, 17th on the Royals. Clear control.
Ball being bounded by Morgan Van Riper-Rose. And she gives it to Shane Mullaney. 60-45. Mullaney kicks it up. Van Riper-Rose way outside. That one's hard off the rim. Hudson did a nice job grabbing on it. When those babies come at you like a rocket. There's Sydney Coffey, Williams, and Weimer. Now they'll back it out. We're under 2 minutes to go. Coffey. Nia Coffey right to the hoop. Shot blocked by Johnson. Coffey goes back and scrambles to get it again. That's impressive. Let's check out tonight's play of the game being brought to you by Minnesota Forest Industries.
Look at the steal here. Sydney Coffey lays it in. Boy, did she have a huge game here for her Hopkins Royals. That was a 12-point lead at that point. There she is, Sydney Coffey.
Brianna Williams. Not going to go. She has tonight 5 points. She's on her way to UND next year, right? Is it North Dakota she's going to?
North Dakota, yep.
And she got that one. 61-45. Davis trying to get it down in a hurry, get something going here for Eden Prairie. The layup is not going to go. Rebound Hudson. She's played a good second half here for Hopkins. And now a foul in the backcourt on Shane Mullaney. 1:26 to go. With Hopkins in control of the second half, where they really came out and have just dominated. And there are the students. That's Julia Weimer. 6 points here tonight on a couple of three-pointers. And it's good. She's just steady, man. You got to love her consistency. You can just, as we mentioned earlier, you count on her. Now with minute 26, here comes some changes.
The hugs and the smiles on both sides of the floor.
One more free throw. Weimer gets both of them. Now she goes out of the game. A nice big hug from her teammate out there. And that would be Chelsea Jaycox, who's come in for her. I see Ebony Livingston back in the ball game. T.T. Starks is back in the game. Shannon O'Toole back in the game. And also Shackelford. And a jump ball. Possession goes to Eden Prairie. You know, it's interesting, of all the girls that just came in the game, they've all played. They all play a lot. You know, I mean, so that's how deep their bench is. Chelsea Jaycox, no stranger to action in that Hopkins uniform. She has been in all year as part of the team, and now a whistle and a foul is called, and this will be against Eden Prairie. Eden Prairie also bringing the game. Kaylee Damison. Cassie Saxton is in. She was in a little bit earlier. Carly Knudsen is in there. She was in a little bit earlier. Megan Foreman is in there. Megan, a 5'5" senior. Time for us to check the player of the game. Brought to you by Little Caesars. Little Caesars Pizza has your dinner ready in an instant. Pick up a hot and ready $5 pizza for the next game.
What a fantastic job Sydney Coffey has done for this team her junior year. Helped her team win a championship here. In the next minute or so, they'll be able to celebrate it.
Mindy McGrew's shot a little bit too far. Here comes Hopkins now with the basketball. 44 seconds left, and a nice pass down underneath to Shannon O'Toole. And Brian Cosgriff wants a chance to make some substitutions. Boy, they are just so powerful. They're hard to, you know, one half you can stick with them, but when they got things cooking, they can really run you, can't they?
Well, that's the thing. They're so relentless because they go so deep and they do everything so well. And there's just really no letdown with them. Their defense is all over the place. They have good shooters, just all around fundamentally strong.
Always a tough time when you recognize it's just about over, but it's a game a lot of people are waiting to see here tonight, and Hopkins after a half really came on strong. It was 22-22 at halftime. So here comes Eden Prairie with the ball. Megan Foreman, and the ball goes out of bounds. So it'll be inbounded by T.T. Starks, and I thought they were going to substitute, but they did not.
Oh, here they come.
Chelsea Jaycox with it. Shackelford underneath. And now whistle stops play with 25 seconds left, and Hopkins will send 5 fresh faces in when they get the opportunity. But McCalla Shackelford will be at the free throw line. She averages 7.6 a game. She has 2 here tonight. And the free throw on the way, and that is no good. And everybody except Shackelford will go out right now. I see that Aaron O'Toole's in there. Brianna Boileau is in the ball game. Alexis Garcia is in for Hopkins, and that free throw by Shackelford is not going to go. Rebound hauled down by the Eagles. Carly Knudsen has it. That's Foreman driving to the hoop on the baseline. Partially blocked, picked up by Eden Prairie's Carly Knudsen, and she is fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. Coming in the ball game now. Samantha Trammell comes in for Hopkins. Also, Amina L is in there, number 55. Now a little blue tint there in the back of that ponytail. Carly Knutsen's free throw is not going to go. Rebound hauled down by the Royals. Good board work down there by Aaron O'Toole to get it on the outlet. Out to Garcia. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. State champion, the Hopkins Royals. Coffee sisters walking off arm in arm. And look at the sideline.
How exciting for them. Oh, there's Proud Daddy.
I'm not sure. I think the girls might have had more three-pointers than Richard had out here as a Terrible. That's exciting. Let's go to Dave Giles for the post-game ceremonies.
Dear God, we just thank you for
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to begin our awards ceremony. At this time, we will present the 10-member Wells Fargo All-Tournament team, chosen by members of the Minnesota Girls Basketball Coaches Association. These students have distinguished themselves by their athletic excellence, leadership, team commitment, and exceptional sportsmanship. Presenting the trophies for the Wells Fargo All-Tournament team at center court is Darren Zielsdorf. And now, the 2011 Class 4A Girls Basketball All-Tournament team. From Lakeville North, guard Rachel Banham. From Lakeville North, center Epi Ojulu. From White Bear Lake area, guard Alexis Foley. From Eden Prairie, guard Shane Mullaney. From Eden Prairie, guard Morgan Van Riper Rose. From Eden Prairie, forward Jackie Johnson. From Hopkins, guard Nia Coffey. From Hopkins, guard Ebony Livingston. From Hopkins, forward Gracia Hudson. And from Hopkins, guard Brianna Williams. Please join Wells Fargo and the Minnesota State High School League in congratulating these
four members of your championship-winning Hopkins Royals named to the all-tournament team: Nia Coffey, Ebony Livingston, Gracia Hudson, and Brianna Williams. And kind of a theme we've seen throughout the entire day. The underclassmen on these championship teams coming through. You have Nia Coffin, just a sophomore, Gracia Hudson, a junior. Got a couple dynasties we could have in progress here as these underclass players have carried their teams to state championships. The last tonight, the Hopkins Royals, their 5th championship as a school, 2 as Hopkins Lindbergh in 1979 and 1980, and now a 3rd at Hopkins, 2004, 2006, and 2011. Let's go to Dave Giles for the awards ceremony.
At this time, we would like to present the Class 4A second place trophy and medals. These awards will be presented by members of the Minnesota State High School League Board of Directors. They are Rick Bleichner of Breckenridge, Lori Esau of Orono, Mindy Sparby of Belle Plaine, Carol Bomben of Eden Prairie, Les Zellman of St. James, and Luann Wagner of St. Francis. They are assisted by Tournament Director Lisa Lissamore and by Dave Stead, Executive Director of the Minnesota State High School League. Silver medals and the Class 4A second place trophy will be awarded to Eden Prairie High School. The medals will now be presented to each team member. Please step forward to receive your medal as your name is announced. Number 3, Aubrey Davis. Number 4, Jackie Johnson. Number 5, Megan Foreman. Number 12, Cassie Saxton. Number 20, Annie Thull. Number 22, Carly Knutson. Number 23, Maria Steble. Number 25, Taylor Ewell. Number 30, Carly Tibbetts. Number 31, Mindy McGrew. Number 32, Rebecca Sparkman. Number 33, Shane Mullaney. Number 34, Morgan Van Riper Rose. Number 35, Monica Lasley. Number 44, Kaylee Damison. Number 53, Claire Willick. Student manager, Sierra Stifel. Student manager, Emily Karstens. Assistant coach, Chad Fleece. Assistant coach, Sarah Jordan. Head coach, Chris Carr. And now, will the captains of the Eden Prairie team please come forward to receive the Class 4A second place trophy. Congratulations to Eden Prairie High School, second place, Class 4A girls basketball for 2011. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2011 Minnesota State High School Class 4A girls basketball champion is Hopkins High School. The gold medals will now be presented to each team member. Please step forward to receive your medal as your name is announced. Number 5, Taylor Anderson. Number 10, Nia Coffey. Number 12, Brianna Williams. Number 14, Julia Weimer. Number 20, Alexis Garcia. Number 22, T.T. Starks. Number 23, Chelsea Jaycox. Number 24, Ebony Livingston. Number 25, Samantha Trammell. Number 32, Molly Chalmers. Number 33, Sydney Coffey. Number 35, Erin O'Toole. Number 42, Brianna Boileau. Number 43, Gracia Hudson. Number 44, Michaela Shackelford. Number 45, Shannon O'Toole. Number 50, Mackenzie Lindquist. Number 55, Amina L. Student manager, Angie Smith. Student manager, Shelby Generous. Assistant coach, Chuck Burmeister. Assistant coach, Tim Senshin. Head coach, Brian Cosgriff. And now will the captains of the Hopkins team, the 2011 Minnesota State High School Class 4A Girls Basketball Champion, please come forward to receive your championship trophy. Congratulations to Hopkins High School, state champions, Class 4A Girls Basketball for 2011. Congratulations, teams. Please join the Minnesota State High School League and Wells Fargo in congratulating these athletes and their schools for their outstanding participation in this year's state girls basketball.
Well, the day is over here for as far as games are concerned. Celebration will continue for a little while here at the Target Center tonight. 4 championships decided today, and Hopkins came back 22-22 at halftime, and they really dominated here, Leah, and they showed you why everybody's been buzzing about them all year long.
I think everyone knew that this game really would go either way. When they came out in the second half, it was really about Hopkins just following Cosgriff's game plan to a T. And they shut down everything, and they're so strong, and they have so much depth, and just everything we've talked about this entire tournament. It built up, and they finally got their big championship. So it was a fun game. It was fun to see Hopkins do so well, and it was really great to see the Coffey sisters play so well as well.
Great time watching the championships all day long here at the Target Center. Next weekend, we're back at it again at the Target Center to watch the boys play in the state tournament. So thank you so much for joining us. More to come, though, on the postgame show right here on 45 from State Championship Saturday.
I chose to come to Inver Hills Community College because they have a reputation for creating great paramedics. Inver Hills is a nationally recognized and nationally accredited program. You put that down on your resume and it really means something. After graduation, I want to work as a paramedic firefighter for St. Paul. Inver Hills has given me the tools to succeed.
Emergency medicine is just one of over 50 career programs and certificates offered at Inver Hills. Register for our college preview event April 12th to learn more.
It's comparable to the Toyota.
Why do so many car companies compare themselves to Toyota? Maybe it's because Toyota is the #1 choice among consumers, or because of vehicles like RAV4, named a best overall value of the year. And right now, get 1.9% APR for 60 months on a new RAV4 or Highlander, or lease RAV4 for just $219 a month for lease savings of $1,820. We're #1 for a reason. Come see for yourself. Hurry in for the best selection.
Life's full of ups and downs. And it's the downturns where they need you most. Right now, we're looking for at-home parents to foster these kids until they are reunited with their families. And for those willing to adopt if the children can't return home. See how you can help. Call Hennepin County Foster Care at 612-348-KIDS.
Relive all your favorite moments at the Minnesota State High School League Tournament with your own DVD. To order your copy, log on to KSTC-45.com and click on Prep 45.
After this weekend snow, the streets are
A woman
clear.
told police she woke up to find 2 masked men in her
That
bedroom.
same pattern is still holding, but it's starting to show signs of breaking down.
We understand that you want more from your news, and we're going to be first with local news. For the most complete weather and local coverage, first, watch 45 Local News at 9.
The postgame show is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards.
Well, welcome back to the Target Center. Happy Hopkins group, Brianna Williams and Sydney Coffey. And Brianna, we talked yesterday after the game. You got a little bit emotional having the opportunity as a senior to win it. Was it everything that you imagined?
This is everything I imagined and more. I couldn't ask for a better game with my teammates.
You talk about your teammates. You've been on a long journey. What are some of the things and the emotions that get stirred up when you think back over the course of the year leading up to tonight?
A lot. Well, we just sacrificed a lot, and the fact that we got here is just so tremendous, and it's just wonderful. I can't say no more.
How about your teammate rubbing your back now? How about the fact that she came up with one of the biggest games of her life? How can you explain what she means right now?
She means the world to me. She is just awesome, and like the rest of the other girls, they're just amazing girls.
All right, Brianna, go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
All right, now with Sydney Coffey, and obviously a household name here in Minnesota. Your dad, Richard, of the Gophers, he was here. He was courtside. Your sister on the team as well. How meaningful is that you were able